Welcome to the Small Initiative Network. You're tuning in to Fables of Gahlia. Yeah, we had some minor tech issues just before we came on, but we skirted around them. But that's definitely thrown me off my game for the start of the entire show. So, but before we get into tonight's craziness, we do have some amazing people to mention. So, Stax, why don't you kick us off?
Okay, straight from the halls of Valhalla comes our first sponsor of the night, Norse Foundry. Norse Foundry makes artisan dice and gaming accessories, crafted from the finest metals and gemstones by the dwarves themselves. With Norse Foundry, even your natural ones will look beautiful, so keep that in mind. Check them out now with norsefoundry.com and use the code SWOLE, SWOLE, to save 10% today. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it
Awesome.
now.
Do it
Always
now.
getting to like Arnold
Yeah.
at the end.
Now.
Betty.
Also, check out our friends over at Nine Realms Gaming, where you can find beautiful handmade quality gaming pieces from these beautiful woods that they create, these beautiful quality and affordable gaming accessories. You can use the code SWOLE10 to get 10% off of your purchase over there as well. So they've got dice vaults, they've got DM screens, and you can have it customized with your face on it if you want, with Jay's face over there on his screen. Uh-oh. Is he frozen? Oh, no, he's not. There was just no reaction. Zero. None. Alrighty. We love Nine Realms. NineRealmsGaming.com. 10% off code is SWOLE10.
Awesome. We will have some commands in the chat. I tried, but it wasn't working for me. Who's left? Brent.
So I'm here on behalf of Griffin Co. They are our third and final sponsor of the evening. And we would like to give them a huge shout out and a thank you, because all of the monsters and minis and terrain that you saw last week and we'll see tonight or in the future are all provided by Griffin Co. If you would like to get in on this action, please go to the website at griffinco.com and use promo code SWOLE22 at checkout for 22% off of your purchase.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and everyone enjoyed the set last time, so thank you, Griffin Co., for everything that you give us. Thank you to all our sponsors. The other thing is, please do, if you can, subscribe. We do Prime subscriptions as well, so make Jeff Bezos pay for it, right? It is free to you. You just have to renew it every month. It won't auto renew. So yes, please subscribe. The money goes towards building the channel into bigger and better things. We already have some stuff in the making, so paying those bills would be pretty cool. But saying that, if that's not on your plate for tonight, that's totally fine. Just join in. That's the most important thing. Be a viewer. Follow the channel. That does stuff. And also we have a community over on Discord. If you want to join that, we can throw a link in the chat right now. Boom, there it is. So you can hop in there and talk with us and chit chat and stuff like that. We also have a YouTube where you can find all of the VODs after they go up on here, because they don't stay here very long. So that's where you can catch up with everything on Legends and Gahlia. Was there anything else I was meant to say? No? Okay.
Just make sure you come back on Monday for Legends of Shalgal.
That is true.
Yes.
Same time on Monday. Awesome. All right. Well, I guess we've dilly-dallied enough. So why don't we jump into tonight's episode of the Fables of Gahlia? Hello, my name is Jay Foster from the Swole Initiative Network, a brand new Twitch channel dedicated to a group of friends sharing their love of tabletop role-playing games. So follow along where you can see a whole lot of this.
The poopy out of Lily, she was frozen.
I did not poop.
A smidging of this.
No one likes to be hard all the time.
I've heard that if it persists after 4 hours, you should consult a physician.
Or a sorcerer, yeah.
Whichever you find first.
But it's
And a whole lot of this.
I'm delving deeper. Wisdom saving.
Catch us at twitch.tv/Swole Initiative Network. Hello, my name is Jay Foster from the Swole Initiative Network, a brand new Twitch channel dedicated to a group of friends sharing their love.
Well, the trailer's on.
No, I'm looking at their thing.
We're live.
Hello.
Haha!
Hey.
Just kidding.
I shouldn't exist anymore today. I'm sorry.
Stop.
So restart.
Hey, it's all fun and games. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're a new channel. We don't have to be that professional yet.
I mean,
Yeah. So, I mean, it was still me, but now it's me, but smaller in a little box. And it's been completely thrown off again. So, last time on Fables of Gahlia, wow. You had been locked into a stairwell with someone who revealed themselves to be Commander Rask, holding the top of the stairwell, blocking your way, insisting that we go back downstairs into the mine that you had uncovered and have a little chat. And through some blackmail, basically sequestered your help in order to take care of another problem that he had, where workers of his in the mines had been going missing, only to hear a hideous laughter from someone only nicknamed as the Twins. And so you guys walked in and found that the stone being mined was dragon shard or druidite, which helps to alter magic and warp it. It grows around the deceased dragon. The magic leaks out and changes the ground around it. And so you ventured through a skeleton of an ancient dragon and came to find the Twins which you found were a spectator and also a little generated double of his that he loved and called his brother. You dispatched of them, destroying the crystals and turning them off, and that left you within the quiet of the cavern as the stillness takes over. What would you like to do?
Is everyone all right?
Do you mind if we sit down and have a breather?
Sure.
I mean, if y'all want to head back out, but I think maybe we should catch our breath before we head back out and face Commander, what's his name?
Seems safe enough for now.
All right. We should also look around here and see what, what's in this little cavern area, that we might find something. I don't know.
Is there any evidence of like the people who were like his workers who were taken?
Do you want to spend some time looking around? You can either make a perception or an investigation check.
Oh, investigate. 19.
19. You feel really, really confident that you've kind of scoured around where the spectators were seen at the back of the cavern towards where the crystals are. And you don't see any evidence of bodies, but what you do find are just littered on the ground underneath where, like, between the two crystal stands, small piles of ash, like blackened ash.
Well, there's no hope of saving the lost miners. They're here, and she'll kind of scuff some of the dust with her boot. But surely he'll be satisfied enough knowing that the threat is gone.
Do you believe he'll be satisfied enough to not threaten your brother any further?
That, I think, is yet to be seen. Now he knows that that's a knife he can twist as he pleases.
Is there not any way to secure his safety?
I mean, is that the Institute? I used to think that was the safest place in the world, but I'm starting to realize that things there are darker than I ever thought.
Yeah, we have reason to believe it's pretty. Yeah, we thought we were just going to go and hang out and walk right in there thinking it would be cool to return this little jar. But we decided it might not be such a good idea after some stuff we found out.
After the commander's threats, I am suddenly very eager to get back home, just to ensure that everything is alright. I know we've some business still to wrap up here, but I feel I need to make sure that everything's alright there.
Well, as soon as we wrap up our business, I think, at least I'm willing to go with you, to help out. I think, me and Roz, I can't speak for Roz, but I think we probably would. And I think everybody else, the way they talked, you were nice enough to help us out.
Well, I think it's best that we solve one problem at a time. So, we will go find this commander, prove to him that we removed the threat, and see where that leaves us.
But
He no longer in his debt.
yeah, but he's in my debt. Or how I don't know how to say that. He's gonna die.
Oh,
Why?
About that.
Why would he die?
He
Why?
needs to die
Why?
because he's a bully and he's threatening children. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And
But
someone like that doesn't
You're
deserve
now
to live.
becoming a bully.
I'm protecting others. How is that being a bully?
I
He
don't-
might find that he's protecting his people.
If he's using the threat of harming little children, there's no excuse for that ever.
So you're going to harm someone because he's made a threat? That doesn't make you any better.
Okay.
So, well, you can say that if you want, but I'm not changing my position on this issue.
I will not help you kill someone unless if he harms me and our people first.
I'm
Okay.
honestly not a fan of his.
I'm
But
not
he
a
is-
fan of his either, but doesn't mean
He's
we need to
well-
go kill him right now.
I didn't mean right now. He's just marked.
All right. He's
In my
obviously
book.
well connected, and information obviously travels here. So I don't think that we need to make many threats of our own and bring any more attention to us. And I fear that if he's already looking for retribution simply for our actions at the tower, then if we were to, then it's going to be even worse. I agree with Lily. I don't think he should die.
Well, let me be clear. I don't mean right now or even in the next few days. I'm just saying at some point.
Then you
Okay.
can let fate decide. If you are given an opportunity to do so, then you'll know that that's your fate.
I won't do anything that will put any of you in harm's way. I want to make that clear.
And as long as I've known you, you've kind of been wanting to hide in the shadows and not bring too much attention to yourself. If you go after one of the main people in the city, you'll never be able to hide again.
Like I said, it's not going to be now or even in the very near future. I'm just saying at some point, he's going to die.
Well, won't we all? I very nearly did earlier. Do you remember that? That fight when all of that happened and I was like on the ground and my chest caved in? Wasn't that crazy?
You were unconscious. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we have not solved our first problem yet.
Well, we have. We know exactly why they're here and what they're digging for.
We have not celebrated that well-won victory. Come, where is that jug with the alcohol in it? Who's carrying that? Hand it over.
Lost off, I think you have a problem.
I think that there will be time for celebration when we know that our life is not currently hanging in the balance.
Oh, those cowards won't dare come here. Even if we stayed here for the whole night, those cowards won't come down here.
We're not going to do that, are we?
It's really not a bad idea. What if we just slept here for the night? We've taken the threats away.
And they don't know. They would just assume that we probably were eaten and they're not going to come looking for us.
Exactly. No, it
Well,
seems
What time is it? Like, what?
it was already dark when we came down here. Oh, it's the shade run, so it might be dark because it's the shade run.
Well, I mean, regardless. Oh, sorry.
No, it's gonna be the evening now. By the time that you got down from, you've had a full day, guys. By the time you got down from the upper echelon,
Still the same day.
Yeah, and then trailed the guards, and then went down, and then looked around yourselves, and then went back up, and then went back down.
A long time has passed, I can tell, because I am sober.
You guys got up early, so yeah.
Regardless, he's waiting for us to return with some kind of news. Or, I mean, assuming that we're dead, but we don't really want that to happen, do we? We're going to see him. I don't see why we could get that over with and, you know, stay at an inn, somewhere with a bed and light and not the smell of rot and dampness and, you know.
Well,
down here.
we are in the shade, and yeah.
Well, not like a real light.
Also, it kind of makes sense to rest here. I know that I'll be much more powerful tomorrow.
I agree. I'd like to face him, you know, at full strength. You know, I'm kind of tired. I know this, you know, like this little breather we're taking here, that helps. But, you know, I think, you know.
When we return, he won't be aware of when we will return. Perhaps we can take a moment to gauge the number of men there when we return. Maybe sneak our way back.
I don't think the intention should be to ambush or attack on our way out either. If we make it out of here, it would be barely, even without attacking them. We had to fight these creatures just to live today.
We made this bargain so that we may go, you know, free. So I don't see why we wouldn't, you know, hold them to that without any further scuffle. Tonight, when we don't have to stay in a damp cave. Come on, can we please not stay in a damp cave overnight?
Look.
No, I think we're gonna stay here.
You can use my cloak, and you know I'll lay it down on the ground, and you know it's really thick, and you know it's not a bed, but it's really nice, and you won't be like laying on a damp ground. I don't mind. Here, you know, take it off and give it to you, and like lay it out for you.
Adeline, you are very injured. You need to rest.
Right, yes. But I don't anticipate much issue between us, you know, exiting the cave, being like, oh, we killed that creepy thing, let us go, and all of that. And then, oh my goodness, you're talking about a celebration, how much nicer would that be with a down pillow and a warm cup of tea? I mean, that's what's keeping me going right now. You really don't have a problem staying down here, do you?
No.
You know, you will appreciate that bed more if you spend a night down here.
I'll appreciate it either way, I think.
Well, think of it this way, Adeline. There's nothing preventing him from, let's say we return tonight, tell him of the news, and he decides to slit our throats.
Exactly.
We're not really in a position to defend ourselves at maximum capacity. And I can make you tea if that makes you feel any better.
He makes really good tea.
I mean, like, maybe a little, but I'm still... I disagree with waiting, but I'm obviously in the minority here, so... I will rough it in this cave so happily.
This is a cave, though. It's barely roughing it. We have roof over our head, really.
I admire your optimism, Rose. I really do.
Well, we know rain won't be a problem.
That is true. That is true. Though there is an ever-present dripping that seems to come. Why is it so damp?
It's not dripping right here.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Right.
And I'll just go over with Lily and start like setting up a little space for us.
You know, like under that ledge where that, you know, right there. It's almost like an indoor, an indoor room.
And Adeline's gonna go over and take the cloak and try to like dust off as much as possible, like space, and then realize it's just making her hands dirtier and like.
Here, I'll take my handkerchief off and let you wipe your hands on it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your cloak. It is going to help so much.
It's gotten me through thick and thin.
I do genuinely appreciate it.
I mean, actually, this one's kind of new, but my other cloak did. It got me through thick and thin, and they're great to have.
Losroth hands Adeline a flask of firebrand, and he says, "This will make you forget where you're currently at."
Wouldn't that be nice?
I think you should probably, yeah.
That tastes so good.
Good, right? It tastes better as you drink more.
With that tea rhapsody, or
Oh yes, I'll get right on that there.
yeah.
And he'll use like kindling and some of his flints to start a fire so that he can get like a pot of hot water going to start making tea.
That's gonna be you're gonna be waiting on that cup. But
I've done
easily
that
done.
before. It takes a while.
Yep. Open fires, not that hot. Yeah, so easily done. You're able to put together. What are you going to use to? Yeah, I'll just say you have something to put liquid in. You guys have traveled, so
I have like a mess kit, maybe something in there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like a pot.
Yeah.
I'll give you a lid as well. That'll shorten the time.
That'll shorten the time. Trap that heat.
So yeah, little fire set up. Kind of a makeshift something to hold the pot over it.
If you put the pot in the fire on the coals, it'll actually go way quicker.
I do have fire resistance, so I can at least grab it out of it.
So that requires getting
to
it.
Adeline, I just want to say thank you for being such a good sport about this. I know that this isn't your preference, but you're being a good sport. You're having a good attitude about it.
Thank you. I feel good about it.
And the stories you can tell. You slept in the belly of an ancient dragon.
Lost? Well, when you say it like that does have a bit of a ring to it.
Oh, I can't wait to tell everyone at school.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
I would speak to Lily.
Okay.
Lily,
Yes.
are we alone? Is our present party alone here?
I'm gonna look around and see if we're alone. If there are any
You gonna
passed on.
make a wisdom check.
That's a nat 20 plus.
Ooh.
Straight wisdom 23.
Okay, with that, you look over to where the piles of ashes were that Adeline pointed out between where the two crystals were in their pedestals, which had now shattered and snowed around you all. And much like before, you see another echo where Carve, the spectator, it's like translucent white form of his echo, his almost the memory of it, the shadow, picks up one of the guards in his mouth and throws him into the space between the crystals, which then lights up with energy that meets in the middle, a beam of energy, and he hits the beam and turns over and starts screaming. You can't hear anything, and he starts clawing as as his form is kind of broken and pulled into this tiny, almost like a cone being pulled into this small point until he bursts into flame and ash, and it showers to the floor.
So, is there? Never mind. I'm sorry. I won't interrupt the process going on.
After seeing that, we're not in the presence of any spirits, but they're echoes of their deaths. That's horrific.
And do you tell me what you saw?
I'll like describe them being thrown and pulverized by the beams.
Do you think those crystals were some kind of like there was they were guarding something behind there, or who would even put this creature here? Did they decide to be here on their own, or I don't know anything about these creatures.
It's very strange.
It is.
I will say, with your natural 20, it looked like he was being compressed and broken and folded into something and being pulled in, but it didn't quite take. And so that's when the flames started engulfing him.
Okay. A portal, maybe?
Yeah. But to where? I'm really glad we destroyed those. But I'm also kind of sad because I wish I knew what they were and what they did and where they went to.
Yeah.
All right. I was hoping maybe there was someone lingering that you could talk to, but this is still really good information.
Yeah, I was hoping so too, but instead I just saw how they died.
Okay.
Which sometimes tells you more.
And raises more questions.
I find talking to people raises more questions for me though too.
That's true. Except for when I talk to you.
No questions there.
No questions. We should sleep.
Yes, sleep. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And I'll set out my stuff, my bed.
A bedroll? Yeah,
Bedroll.
sure.
Apparently, Diane doesn't even know what a bed is.
That you definitely took with you. Yeah.
Yes.
Obvious.
Okay. And then Kaya, you were going to ask a question earlier.
You said that the the big tall crystal shattered into powder.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use my my empty flask from my excuse me, from my health potion and try to put some of that powder in it to take with us.
Okay. Yeah, I think Rose
I did that.
and
Yeah.
Oh, you did that? Okay.
and Rhapsody, you did it as well, right?
Okay, then I don't need to do that.
I mean, you can. We don't know.
I don't
what
need
to
to.
do.
Yeah.
Worth a million gold.
Yeah, was there anything else anyone wanted to do? Are we taking watches? Are you all bedding down?
Lost is probably going to take the first watch since he doesn't have to sleep as much, being elf. But you see him, Lost strips down to his bare chest, and he's got like tattoos and scars all over his body. And he turns to the group and says, that final killing blow to the creature was a culmination of many weeks of practicing a particular technique, and I wish to I'll be down the corridor practicing still. And he just walks down and takes the first watch, and but will also be training though.
Okay, so you're going to be outside of the cavern, back in the
A little bit, yeah.
hallway.
Yeah.
Back in the rib cage.
Yep.
Okay.
Lily, before I go to bed, do you think maybe when I take my watch, maybe I could borrow your glasses that helps me see in the dark, or do you want to just keep those with you?
Oh, I was gonna take a watch right now as well.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe if never mind. All right, I'm gonna go to bed then.
And I'll also take the first watch in the cavern while Lost is running around.
Practicing karate. Awesome. So
Are you sitting up like Indian style, Lily?
Yeah, I'm right next to you.
Okay, my head is like on your lap.
Okay.
Adeline's doing her extensive nighttime routine of braiding her hair and brushing it 100 times.
She's got her mug mask on.
99.
So yeah, I'll get my spirit board out and I'll just start like getting it set up while everyone goes to bed.
Okay. So Lost, you're outside the cavern practicing.
Yep.
And Lily is taking first watch inside the cavern. I assume you have your goggles on.
Yes.
Cool. Just checking. Okay. So the first few hours go by. You two guys make perception checks.
$17.
17. Okay. Lost, you see it first being in the hallway, the rib cage of the ancient dragon. There's a slight light coming from down the tunnel. And it seems to slowly be getting brighter. And as it gets brighter, you start hearing footfalls. Along with now, every so often, there is a much heavier footfall. And you recognize it with your class being a fighter, and that this is heavy plate armor.
Was Rask wearing heavy plate armor earlier?
He was not.
Crap. Okay, I rush back to Lily, and I said, I'm sure she already. If I've heard it, Lily has already heard it, and I'll say we need to wake the others.
You walk into the cave, and I'm just staring at you, just in the dark.
I will say that it would be a lot harder. The DC for Lily to hear this and would have been much higher.
Got it. I'll say
Still just staring in your direction. That does not change.
we have company, and
We always have
one
company.
particularly well armored company. And I rush over, and I don't know if I have enough time to get my armor back on. But
It takes 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind. I will YOLO this.
That's why I was like, oh, you're taking your arm.
I turn back around.
We all make choices.
Yeah. I turn back around. Yeah. Ready.
Did we at least get a short rest out of that?
Nope.
No.
Nope. You guys said you were taking a long rest. That hasn't been completed.
Oh.
I'll wake my sister up.
What is it?
Fate has brought someone here.
Okay. How long has it been?
Not
PM?
a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just get in I'll just stand up and wait for them in like a defensive stance. I don't really have a defensive stance, so I guess I'll just stand there. But like, ready to like jump out of the way of a fireball, or I don't know.
I got you. Yeah. I was making fun, but I understood.
When she wakes me up and says people are coming, I will touch her and cast Warding Bond.
Okay. How long does that last?
An hour.
Okay. Cool. You guys are being woken up. Is there anything else that anyone is planning on doing?
What's happening?
Yeah. Oh wait. No. All the bodies decomposed, right? The creature. Okay, never mind.
They started to collapse on themselves. Yeah.
Well, I'll grab whatever's left of the mini beholder, and I'll just drag it over towards the corridor entrance.
As you do that, you'll hear me say, I have one of its tentacles, and I reach into my bag and grab it out.
I was gonna fling this at them when they get closer.
Oh, I thought you were just going to prove that we killed it, but okay. And I put it back in my bag.
You say you're gonna drag it?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you go over to like grab onto whatever is there as it's kind of collapsing on itself, you go to drag it and it just tears open, and this disgusting stench now fills the cavern as the accelerated decomposition has been set in for several hours now.
Loss is just be like and then I'll drag whatever smelly pieces I can bring back to the corridor.
I hate it here.
Oh yes, the smell. Terrible.
You know, Adeline, this reminds me of when I was, we had one of our cattle not show up for a few days, when I was growing up, and had to go out searching for it. And it was in the back pasture, and apparently it had died, and it was like rotting, and there was flies and a bunch of stuff on it. It kind of smells like this. So, I mean, this isn't the only place with bad smells. There's bad smells everywhere.
I don't think that's as comforting as you think it is, Kaya.
Well, also, we had to swim in a sewer just a few days ago. And this isn't as bad as that.
Let's hope we don't go for another visit. Good God, what is happening right now?
There are people coming? Soldiers? Lots of them?
Oh, wait. Is that what's going on? I didn't get that.
Yeah, wake up.
Adeline scrambles and puts on her glasses and gets herself righted, huffing and puffing the whole time for sure.
Yep, and Lost is just standing there, bare-chested, and as soon as they get within range, he's gonna fling that smelly carcass right in front of the,
Lost, do you think maybe we see what they want before we make an attack?
Oh, I'm not attacking. I'm just giving them the proof they needed.
This is. Oh, it smells, right?
It does.
To be an attack.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be perceived as an attack. I mean, I can't tell you what to do or anything, but it might not be the best option.
They might be a rescue party.
Maybe.
I don't think that he really cared enough to rescue us. As a matter of fact, I'm sure of it.
You guys can all now start to hear the loud ksh, ksh, ksh of heavily armored footfalls, the plates cracking together down the hallway as it echoes.
I will go stand near Lost and the nasty dead carcass.
Okay.
I am holding something for when they get close.
Okay. What are you holding?
I will cast light. I will cast light on the carcass before he throws it.
Okay.
Set it. It's happening.
All right. Choices are being made everywhere. Okay, so and you guys are just waiting, like preparing yourselves.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So the footsteps get louder and louder, and as those grow in volume, you start to now hear like other leather-clad boots as they're kind of pitter-pattering around these large footfalls. And you see first two Shade Guard with longbows with arrows knocked, and they see you and instantly lift and draw their arrows. Who goes there? Who goes there?
We were sent here.
Oh, it's them. As this towering form takes up probably a third of the cavern opening, as this broad, gold-armored form of Commander Rask, his head completely visible, with huge gold-plated armor, with these giant silver pauldrons on either side of his head, this large billowing white cape that kind of envelops the front and back. You see a medal upon his chest with the colors of the blue robes that you saw in the tower that Grigor was wearing.
So yeah, Lost, seeing that he looks like he serves the Emperor, the Warhammer. I fling the carcass in front of him, and I yell out, "Job's done."
and he walks in to just inside the cavern door and just kind of pushes past. Well, do we all get sleepy after? As he kind of scans around the campsite that you had kind of put together.
Well, as one can imagine, these creatures, they were, well, not easy to deal with. So we were looking for a little bit of rest.
They are dealt with, all the same.
And you didn't think that it would be smarter to come and find me?
Well, some of us did.
No, we didn't. We thought keeping ourselves rested and healthy would be more important at this moment in time.
Self-care is very important for all of us.
Very self-love.
I'm gonna have to say, I disagree with your choices, given that I was waiting for you to return,
You don't have to agree with us.
as we had previously agreed upon.
Isn't really an agreement.
The agreement was that we would take care of your problem, and we did.
And then you would come and find me.
And it's so kind of you to come and check on us to make sure that we are fine. And we are. And we've upheld our end of the bargain, so...
What if it took us all through the night, though?
Exactly.
You would have been fighting all through the night.
Hypothetically, it could have happened.
It
But
could have.
It
Or it
didn't,
could have taken us
did
that
it?
long to find them.
Speak when spoken to.
I don't think that's how that works. Just the brain. You speak when you have something to say.
Why are you here now?
And why are you so big?
He's big. I
always
didn't
been big.
notice.
Got dressed up for us.
I wasn't sure if one problem had taken care of the other one, the other way around, and I was gonna have to take care of the second problem by myself.
So why didn't you just do that in the first place?
Because one problem was going to sort the other one out, which it did.
Yep.
Just like we had said. So, if our bargain has been honored, then I suppose we will be on our way with no hassle.
And he pulls from behind him this giant maul with gold inscriptions and details all over it. And he drops it head down. The cavern floor has now broken underneath where he dropped it, and he leans on top of it and says, "Well, what did you find?"
Well, this is all nice and all. I'm gonna walk over and just start putting on my armor.
Was it
We
terrible?
found,
Don't you smell that?
we found this.
Creature?
Have you
It
ever
was a
seen
lot-
this before?
It was a lot bigger a few minutes ago.
See.
There were two of them.
That's why you called it twins.
Yes. This creature, I only know of vaguely. They don't originate from this plane. Have you any idea how they'd have gotten here, Commander?
He looks over towards the back, drags his maul, and you see within his other hand is a large tome. And he hands it to one of the Shade Guard, who just takes it. And he grabs a torch off of another one.
Can I do invest? Can I see what the tome is? Is there a title on it? I just want to...
What languages can you read?
Common, deep speech, dwarvish, and elvish.
You can't read it.
Okay.
And he walks towards the pedestals at the back and looks around. And he reaches down on top of one of the pedestals and drags one of his gauntlets across and takes the gauntlet off of one hand and pulls his hand across it again, holds it to the fire. Were there crystals here by any chance?
Yes.
There were.
There were before we destroyed them.
In the fight, as they were emboldening the creatures. It was the only way to defeat them.
2 of them?
Did you not put those there?
No, we did not.
Oh, then someone's messing with you. Is this your space?
How did you know about him?
Was it Dragon Shard?
I would like for us to be guaranteed safety out of here before we give you any more information.
Can I see if he's like, is he scared about the potential of these crystals, or is he?
Make an insight check.
Is he upset like that they're destroyed, or what? Like, what is he feeling? What's he thinking? 15.
15. Okay. I mean, he's not masking his expressions at all. Like, he doesn't care if you see his expressions. So what you kind of pick up is almost, it's basically puzzlement as he's trying to work out and piece together things that don't quite make sense to him. I'll say that's what a 15 gets you.
Okay.
Could I walk over closer to that shade guard that has the book? And I just kind of want to stand next to him and see if I can read anything on it.
As you approach, the 2 archers knock arrows and draw. That's far enough.
Okay. I just wanted to. Okay. Wasn't gonna do anything.
Make an intelligence check. Oh, thank you for the raid. Bonkowski's Oddities. That's awesome. Thank you.
16.
16? The guy that has the tome doesn't actually have any weapons. So you would assume that by approaching someone that's unarmed and holding a book of Rask's, the others are protecting him. Unsure of what you're going to do.
I want to make it clear that I'm not like being aggressive in my stance or anything, but I was just kind of nonchalantly walking over there to kind of look around from that angle. But I wanted to make it so that I could get close enough to where I could possibly read it. Just no closer than that. Just to see if I can get a title or see what language it's in.
So they make you back up from where you were coming towards them. You can make a perception check. The DC will be fairly high because it is dark.
Well,
and you're at a distance.
Yeah, I rolled a 10, so that's a 16.
16. You see faint characters that remind you of Draconic. The way that some of the characters curve and some of the lining, or the line work rather, reminds you of Draconic, but that's all you're able to pick up.
Okay, that's fair.
Were
You're the
there
DM.
any markings on the pedestals where the crystals were, like any writing on the pedestals themselves?
No. No. I won't make you roll for that. After looking around, and you had asked Rask, someone had asked Rask if it guaranteed that if you could go. After looking around and some puzzled expressions and things through a furrowed brow, he says, yeah, sure. You guys can go.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
in fact, before you do, this was pretty effective, you taking these out. I might have more use for you.
Well, it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy feat, and one of us died and had to be brought back. So, I mean,
well,
there might not
isn't
be.
that just a display of your power? Now, I'm not saying it'll be today, but I may call on you again.
What a day that will be. I look forward to it.
And in return, I shall ensure that nothing happens to little Lucian.
It's appreciated.
that sounded like a threat again.
Leave it, Kaya.
Did it?
We're leaving.
I'm making sure that he's just fine. Now, you may need to come and visit me. So, and he waves his finger in the air, and a couple of other Shade Guard that were waiting outside come in with these parchments that are glowing faintly. Like, they've got lines across them, as you start to see, as they're coming up to each of you. And so as you look down and see it, that these like wavy lines are glowing almost like opals when they catch the light, and you get this kind of refraction of light coming through it. And each of them instructs you to, okay, put your thumb just here. Do you guys comply?
If we refuse,
I'll do it.
They're giving us papers.
Kaya, you put your thumb on there, and you feel this surge of warmth through you, and it goes through your thumb, up your arm, into your body, completely through you, up into your head, and then back down your arm and into the paper. And those wavy lines that were all connected start to separate and form into words. And further down, you see as some of the lines start to pull away from the blocks and start to form like a portrait, basically, of you front on. And then the glowing subsides and it sits. And as you look down at the bottom, there is a signature of Commander Rask.
Right. I guess I'll be taking this with me.
That is the intention.
All right. Thank you. I'll put it in my pocket.
Adeline will take. This is the same process she went through for her own papers.
Mm-hmm.
Adeline will take it. But does she need them?
You don't need one. You're the only person that they don't approach.
Okay, never mind.
Adeline, can I get my cloak back from you right quick?
Oh, yes, of course. She'll dust it off and
You don't have to worry about that. I'm fine.
I'm gonna press the digitation on it though, so it's clean for you. It's probably cleaner than it was when you gave it to me.
Thank you.
Lostaroth goes up and takes a look at the parchment, and he can't make out the symbols, and he looks back to Rask and says, "You're sure to make my name correct. It is the great Lostaroth, he who puts the fell in Shadowfell. You got that?"
It's predetermined. Sorry.
And then he puts his thumb onto the sheet.
Yeah, so poof, you get that same warmth rushing through your arm, through your body, and back down into the paper, and the bars of like opalescent lines start to form into letters and words, and you get a portrait with a signature at the bottom, Commander Rask.
I look at it, I chuckle, and I go, "Just Commander," and I walk away. I'm just
After seeing the two be done, what is the information that it's showing up on there? Like, I know the picture.
Mm-hmm.
What is the other information that is pulling?
Yeah, so I mean, if you were to, are you consenting
watching.
you're allowed? Okay, yeah. So as you do that, the words which are written in common, it's like a bunch of basically like legal jargon.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
They both froze. All right, we're gonna go on a break.
Okay.
We'll be back, guys.
It is storming.
A little bit of internet issues at the Foster residence. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, as you look down into the words which are forming in common, there's a lot of legal jargon, basically a lot of like 3 and 4 syllable words, basically saying that you have permission to traverse through teleportation circles in the Shade Run to get into the upper echelon in Elderwich. And you are under the supervision of Commander Rask.
Okay.
And I tell Rose that I can operate 4-wheel wagons, but not 2-wheel wagons.
Good to know. And I'm an excellent horseback rider, and I'll put my thumb down on the plate.
Okay. So you're putting it back on there?
I haven't gotten one yet.
You just said you were trying to watch what?
I was watching theirs to see what the information was before I did mine.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to know what information about me or my sister would be listed on that from this magic. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, you don't know what information's been taken, but that's what it says on there.
Right, but if I don't want it to be like daughter of, like how much deep information shows up on these kind of, is it like a driver's license or a birth certificate?
It's
Or
it's basic. Yeah, it's more of a library card kind of thing.
Got that. Cool.
So you get the same warm rush, and the paper starts to form into the letters, the portrait of yourself before they settle down. Adeline, you would notice that it doesn't have the added portion that yours does, which goes into the permissions to enter the Jalin compound.
I see. Okay. So it's okay.
Because yours came from higher up.
Gotcha. All right.
do my
Does-
thumb thing too.
Yep, same thing. Rush of
Nice,
warmth
it
through you. Yes, you have thumbprints. And this and the same thing happens for you on your paper as it settles down.
I still beg the question of what if we refuse?
Oh, I'm sure I don't need to go into that, do I, Miss Beaumont?
No,
Right.
I don't think there's any threat of our refusal.
Okay.
There's
Well,
that threat again.
yes, it's just rather odd that I don't know how long it takes to make these papers, but that you will go out of your way to design them for us, not knowing if we're alive or not.
Always come prepared.
Right. And had we been dead, what was the other preparation?
He was going to let that creature have a paper.
Very funny. No. I was going to
I think
put them
that was
back
I think that was a joke.
and keep them for someone else.
So they can be reused.
Not,
Repurposed.
not anymore.
Interesting. And Roz will reluctantly put his thumb on his set.
Yep, same thing. Rush of warmth, and then the formation of the papers.
So did all those guards that were right next to me get susceptible to Tasha's hideous laughter with my stupid joke?
Oh, yes, I forgot that was
Oh no.
that was a thing.
I didn't actually have that plan, but as soon as I said it, I was like, oh wait. But just know that I'm only
Wait,
standing
would this
next
be
to the guards.
before I put
It
my thumb on
is-
it? I gotta see.
It's a 10-foot radius, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm still standing over by the guards.
Okay. So there's the one that's giving you the paper in front of you. There's the one with the tome. And I would say probably the one closest to Rhapsody as well. So that's 3. And that's 5. A 13 and a 20.
So, I mean, 12 was the DC, right?
I believe so. I sent it to you.
Yeah, so just one.
Yes, DC 12. I found it. So the one, which was the one with the tome,
Oh no.
starts like and buckles onto his back, clutching the tome and just rolling from side to side,
I mean,
giggling.
it wasn't that funny.
He's just roaring with laughter. And Rask, who looks visibly annoyed, not angry, but just perturbed, says, "Someone get him up before I put him down." And a couple of the guard that were handing the papers out, like, rush, and like one grabs the book off of him, which he's like wrestling with, and they yank it off of him, and a couple of others come and drag him from under his arms and drag him off around the corner, as you start to hear the laughter kind of echoing down the hallway. I believe we're done here.
Yeah,
All right.
very much so.
As his face returns to the very stoic and confident.
Suppose we'll be in touch. Until then,
I suppose so. I'm sure you know the way.
well,
We'll follow you out. And he steps to one side and kind of gestures.
Adeline will straighten her little vest and start walking, just head held high.
Cool. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Picking up my spirit board and gonna continue.
I think Lazaroth's got his armor on now. By now,
yes.
And he'll just walk past, excited that he's not an illegal here anymore.
You know, Lost, as much as we all appreciate your seeing your bare chest, maybe when we're out in the field, you should probably leave your armor on. If you need armor to, like, I mean, some of us don't need armor, but if you need armor, you should probably leave it on.
I need to get the channel to fund a book of wisdom by Kaya. You don't always need armor, but when you need armor, you should have it on.
Add that to my daily affirmation.
Great. See you guys leaving the cavern.
Yeah.
Awesome. They don't follow directly behind you. They leave some distance before you start. You start to hear the echo of footfalls, slow footfalls.
Nice.
I think it would probably be best if we don't say much until we're out of here.
Why don't we pick up the pace?
All right.
Shall we go to an inn? Now we can go up top if you'd like.
I think
Yeah, I
we'd rather
guess so.
stay in the shade run this evening. We do have unfinished business.
Right.
You know what?
I would love to be able to quickly pass by one of those carts full of dragon shards and just do one of you have fast hands and can grab. No, none.
I tried this last time with the plant and I failed. So
There are many Shade Guard around. Those are the ones that are taking care of the mining operation that's going on down there. So if you want, you can make a sleight of hand check.
Do I see the guys that we followed?
Well, yes, actually, before you get down to the opening where the mining is actually continuing, when you're still kind of within the skeleton of the dragon, you get a little ways down the hallway before you see two guards standing either side of one that is slumped against the wall.
Is the one slumped injured?
Make a perception check as you're kind of walking past.
23.
23. As you approach the standing ones and they turn and just give you a nod and slowly just put their hands to their sabers. Just in case they're not like drawing or anything like that, just putting their hand on it.
And it's the ones that we talked to before, right?
It was the ones that dragged them out.
The ones we followed down here, the ones that I flirted with.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's who I'm looking for.
I thought you meant the ones that left.
No, sorry.
No, you don't see them.
Oh.
But you do see these.
I was specifically looking for the ones that we followed down here.
Okay. The ones that you failed to flirt with.
Yes, that I attempted
that's
flirtation.
That's, you know.
Anyway.
Lily and Rose.
I mean, I think she didn't fail to flirt with.
Okay. So you approach these and they put their hands to their sabers. With a 23, as you start approaching them, you hear this labored And you look down between them as you're kind of walking past. The first one is obscuring their view, so as you're going past, you see that the one is on the floor, slumped, and just there's blood just all over his face as he's labored breathing.
What's wrong with him?
What is wrong here?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Well, it
Had a
looks
problem.
like
We fixed it.
this man looks like he needs healing.
Maybe.
Might have been the one that laughed himself to death.
Move along.
Okay. And I'll walk away.
Okay. So you now come out into the main mining caverns that then open up into the main section of the mine. So, Lost, you want to make a sleight of hand check to see if you can grab Dragon Shard from the cart, or from one of the carts.
No,
Can I
Lost
tell?
Lost was considering it, or checking to see if anybody was good at it. Lost is probably not very good at it. He's used to taking things by force, not by any kind of sleight of hand. So if nobody's gonna try, he just suggested it, but he's gonna keep walking.
Okay. So you guys see Lost kind of eyeing the cart and beginning to reach before, I imagine, all three girls kind of spin at once and just glare at you as you pretend that you were just kind of fussing with a sleeve.
Yeah, I'm just checking my
Bring your
nails.
hands back.
He's like, mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Okay. You find your way back to the stairway and continue back up. And you now face the door that is the hovelled home that kind of shrouds the mine entrance. Do you exit through the door?
Yes.
Did
Yep.
Rask go this way ahead of us? Do we know that, or
He was
He's
behind
behind
you.
us.
okay?
Said he was following you out.
Okay, that's right.
Making sure you don't hang around, basically. And as you exit and open up the door, the artificial twilight of the shade time meets your faces. And that's where we're going to take a short break.
All right.
Yes.
That
was tense.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so stick around, guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So that gives you plenty of time to kind of peruse through one of our many sponsors. And if you like something, use one of our codes to help support us. If you're not already, please do follow the channel. And yeah, we will be right back. all by Norse Foundry. They have a bunch of DMCA free music online for use in
Link in the chat.
including some cyberpunk and some futuristic stuff as well, which is pretty cool. Might use that for some one shots maybe. But you should go and check them out.
Should be able to hear now. Go check out the music, y'all. I guess the sound wasn't up yet.
So you guys had just finished your tense encounter with Rask, who was checking up on you after you tried to bed down for the evening. Tired, worn out, spent, you guys have trudged your way back through the mine and had exited the hovel that was shrouding the entrance for the mine. You are back into the Shade Run. What would you like to do?
I think that probably the best course of action is to stay here for the night in the Shade Run. We could return to Gretchen's.
That works. I don't ever want to stay up in the top level overnight, or at least sleep up there, because I don't trust anybody up there.
Okay.
All I ask is a clean bed.
Gretchen has those.
Fantastic. Gretchen's it is.
All right.
So you guys are just heading to Gretchen's? Is there anything you'd like to do along the way? Anything you guys want to talk about? Anything like that?
You're able to prestidigitation clothes, correct, Adeline?
Yes.
Does it work on silks?
Well, yes. Are you? Oh,
Dry clean only.
goodness. Yes. And I'll prestidigitate your clothing, and if there's any tears or anything, I'll use mending on it as well to make it pristine.
You get the full service. There you go.
Right? It's like the.
So yes,
the
you
car
are
wash.
clean and put back together. Spectator blood is no more.
Oh yeah, we were covered.
Okay, but if that's the only thing. You guys make it back to the Wheezy Pipes, Gretchen's Inn. Open the door and walk in, and there are a few patrons in there. It's busier than you've ever seen it. And Gretchen is busy behind the bar, serving people who are sat up there. Yes, Rose?
As we were returning, I would have been watching to see if anyone looked like they were following us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Make a hindsight perception check.
That's going to be a 25.
25. Yeah, you are very certain that there was no one tailing you.
Okay.
I will say, as you go to Gretchen, you walk past some shade guard. They don't glare at you or anything like that with the 25. But you know, same amount of shade guard that you would have run into on any other day.
Do I sense any recognition on their faces? Like they see us and they recognize us?
I would
I'll
say
roll.
make an insight check on that.
That is a 21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that they turn their heads towards you before just carrying on. They don't stop. They just clock you and keep going. Their faces don't change.
Are they at the bar or are they just sitting?
No,
think
that
this far
was
way
what
back.
had happened beforehand.
Oh, got
leading
it,
up.
got it. Got it.
Yeah, I made us go back. Sorry.
Got it. But once we get to Gretchen's, Lost is gonna head straight to the bar.
Okay.
Ross is gonna beat him there.
Okay. So yeah, you guys walk up to the bar.
I would have gone to a table.
I would have looked for a table as well, and I would have motioned Adeline to come with us.
Uh-huh.
You're
When I see Gretchen, I walk up to her and I go, how's my favorite proprietor doing? Has anything happened while we were gone? Interesting.
Oh, it's you. I mean, this place has been busy, and hold on a sec. And she walks over and pours a drink for someone else and slides it over and comes back. This place has been keeping me pretty busy, but other than that, not really. Now, are you having something?
When do I not? I'll have the usual. I've missed your drinks and your pours so much.
Pour them yourself tonight. And she just grabs the bottle and puts it in front of you and puts 2 glasses in front of you. I'm too busy to mess around with this. Just put
my
back what you
favorite.
don't have.
And I happily pour myself a glass. And I pour one for Rhapsody too.
Thank you.
Rhapsody, love, did you need anything, or is this enough for you?
Do you have rooms available tonight, my dear?
For you guys? Of course.
Oh, good. We also have a new friend over at the table there.
Oh, okay.
But we'll sit at the table when you have time. You just come to us, dear. No rush.
All right. Is 3 rooms gonna be enough still?
It should be fine. I'll let you know if it's any different.
And she reaches under and grabs a couple of keys and slides them over to you. Just call me over if you need anything, okay?
Okay, thank you, dear. And he'll take the keys and head to the table.
Well,
goes,
Gretchen,
hold on a sec. What do you want? What do you want, Lost?
I'll take 3 more glasses. 4 more glasses. And I'll take the bottle and all the glasses over to the table.
Reaches under, pushes them to you. Is that it? I'm pretty busy. Hold on a sec. I'm pretty busy. Is this it? 'Cause you don't pay for it, so.
That's it.
Okay.
And I walk over to the table and I set a glass in front of each person, and I fill just the glasses up. And I set it out. I set the bottle on the table and I go, well, my fortunes have turned for the better since meeting all you. So I think I think we're due for a drink together.
This doesn't settle what you owe us.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Is this like what you gave me before?
It's different. It's Gretchen's. Yes.
I don't know what that means.
It's good. You can't get this up there. No. Have a taste of the Shade Run. You should experience everything.
It's been a pleasure meeting you all. I will echo those thoughts. And good work tonight. We fight quite well together.
Agreed.
Yes.
Cheers.
Let what fate has brought together no one tear apart. I'll drink.
Can I deceive my friends into thinking I'm drinking?
How are you planning on deceiving?
Whatever way that allows me to use deception.
You tell me. You tell me. How you gonna do it? Because you know it's gonna be one or two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because everything I'm thinking of, I'd roll as like a sleight of hand. I don't know. My brain doesn't work today. I just won't drink it.
You just leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a couple choices. There's either the shot over the shoulder.
Oh, well, that seems
or
messy.
Or there would be like the fake sip and put down.
I mean, that's might as well just not drink it. I just don't drink it.
Okay.
I don't think Lily would throw anything behind her. That seems too animated.
Not in a busy tavern end of the inn.
too animated.
Okay.
I'll go.
Oh, I got
motions
rooms for
and
us.
then put it down. That's it.
I'm sorry?
Three rooms. Hopefully that's enough. If not, I can let Miss Gretchen know. Would we know the design of like how many beds are generally in the rooms?
There are 2 beds in each room. So if you were going 3 in, you could possibly top and tail in one, or someone can sleep in a bedroll.
Well, Lily and I would sleep in the same bed.
And I'll bring with you ladies.
Sure.
Hand over the key to them.
Good. You just lost the ring light. It's all good.
Are we good?
Yep.
All right. Hardware issues.
Yeah. I caught it.
Okay, so the ladies in one.
Then he'll hand one to Lost as well.
Cool. I grab my glass and I grab the bottle, and I do an over exaggerated bow to everybody, and I prance up the stairs.
Make a performance check.
Prancing up the stairs.
7.
7?
Yes.
So you go to make this giant gesture of this like mocking royal bow with your bottle in one hand and glass in the other, and as you sweep across you clock a dwarf in the face with the bottle as he was walking by with drinks, and it ding, and he drops the mugs and they spill across the ground. He's going, oh, 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 and he pinches his nose and holds it back as he's checking for blood. You just stand there?
No, I just continue. I continue my bow, and I make my way prance up the stairs.
He's like, what the fuck? Oh.
I'm not gonna make him apologize to the bottle. So.
So you just walk off up the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hand the dwarf a gold.
And he's like, oh, I mean, Little bit of blood's fine. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
Spilled your drinks.
Yep.
And I will go over and put my hand on his shoulder and heal him for 3 hit points.
Oh.
And then I...
Oh. Well, thank you.
Better? Good.
Much.
Good.
And he turns around and goes, "Drinks on me, lads!" And everyone goes, "Wah!" And he heads back to the bar.
And then I will turn to Lily and say, now Lost owes us another one.
They just
So that's 3. I'll make a note in my journal.
Okay. So you have the evenings to yourself. You can either just continue drinking, going to bed, if there's anything you guys want to talk about.
I'm gonna head upstairs, but before I do, I'm gonna walk up to Gretchen behind the bar, and I'm gonna give her a gold piece for Lost Routh's drinks. And it's just between the two of us, and I'm just gonna tell her, I know that it's sort of taken care of. I don't know who pays for it, or if he's just not required to pay, but I want to cover his drinks because it's not right that he gets to drink for free. So whenever this runs out, you just let me know and I'll give you another gold.
I mean, Kaya, you don't have to do that.
I don't care. It's not fair to you. It's not like you are making a lot of money and him taking away from you is cutting into your profit.
You're very sweet.
All right.
I'll make you a nice breakfast in the morning.
All right. I look forward to it. I love your meals.
All right. Thank you, Kaya.
Mhm.
Have a good night. She goes,
Night,
fucking
Gretchen.
come in, all right? She heads off.
Oh, this drink is so good. I'm really enjoying it.
You don't have to.
You don't have to drink it. He's not here.
Thank you so much for saying that. I really hate it. It hurts in my mouth and my neck and my body.
Yeah. You don't have to drink that. Well, we know that we met you this morning.
Good God, this has been a long day.
It's been the longest day.
Wow.
You guys started at like 5, 6 a.m.
But just after one day, it does seem like we're all so woven together.
I feel that as well.
I feel like I should tell you that I feel like there's a need to make sure that no one ever threatens your family again. And I want to be a part of that, making sure that never happens to you again.
I appreciate that.
So, whether it takes a few weeks to figure that out or much, much longer, I feel like if there's anything we can do to make sure your family is safe, I feel like that's important. Because if anyone had ever threatened my sister the way your brother had been threatened, they would no longer be breathing the air around them.
Everything's so delicate, sordid and political, with all of these higher-ups using us as pawns for their needs and threatening us like it's nothing. I hate what a delicate hand we have to have in response to it. Out of that fear. All I want is for my family to be safe. Whatever I can do to ensure that, I will.
Well, even a delicate flower can sprout through a rock.
It's lovely. Lily.
I think I'm ready to get some rest for the evening.
I am too. I'm so sleepy.
Yes,
Okay.
Lily too.
Yes.
All right.
So
Well, if
tired.
you guys are all done for the evening, you guys can go up and find your beds for the night. And go to sleep.
Yeah, I would set up probably like in between the beds with my spirit board, like I usually do, like some candles around, and just going to do my thing before I go to bed, as I like
Okay.
eye someone different in my room.
Yeah, Adeline is definitely watching this curiously, but she's already taken her glasses off, so it's all really blurry anyway.
Just a
I
few
would just
minutes, and then I'll be crawling into bed with my sister.
I would just be like super reassuring, like, oh, this is just Lily's little ritual every evening. Like, you like to brush your hair. This is what she does. And I'll just hop in the bed and roll over.
Like, well, good
Okay.
night. You too.
Good night.
All right. Are you actively looking for something?
I think I would every night right before I go into my meditation sleep. but-
I suppose what are you specifically looking for?
I think she's just reaching out and seeing if anyone's around or just wants to talk or anything after the crazy day. She's not looking for anything crazy, just saying hello to anyone nearby.
Hello.
Okay. Make a wisdom check.
Okay. Uh, 22.
22. Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you using the Ouija board?
Yes.
Okay. Are there questions that you're asking?
I think I'd probably just ask, is anyone here that wants to talk? 'Cause
Okay,
that's
so-
a great open-ended question to ask a spirit board.
And as you place your hands just softly on top of the planchette, it starts to shake. And it starts pulling and stops over the yes.
So then I would say, hello, what's your name?
And then it slides to the L, O, off of the O and back to the K, U, and then P.
Oh, God. I'll look up.
So as you look up towards your sister's bed, your sister is asleep, and at the foot of her bed is middle-aged woman, the form of,
Why would you
just sat
like that?
with her hands on her knees, and she raises a hand and waves, cocks her head.
Softly but out loud, I'm gonna say, what's your name?
She cocks it to the other side. She leans in closer to you and whispers, Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn.
Hi.
Do you live here?
I used to.
Are you stuck?
No.
Okay, that's good.
I like to look over the place. It was mine for a long time.
Oh, do you know Gretchen?
I do.
She's nice.
She doesn't know me.
Oh. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Well, it's really nice to meet you. Now I start asking her just about herself and her life and
So you continue to converse with Evelyn through the evening.
yeah, until
Yeah.
I need to
She-
take my meditation.
She is friendly. Always whispers. And you're not sure if that's how she just is in this form, or whether she is trying to be quiet
Right.
for the two sleepers.
All right. Yeah, I'll just talk with her until I need to take my 4 hours.
Yeah. So as the end of your conversation comes, she says, "It was lovely talking."
You too.
And she gets up and starts to walk through you as she disappears.
All right. And then I'll eyes roll back and slip into my trance.
I don't know why, but as you said that, I just had this image of you going into throat singing,
Yep.
upwards. Okay, yeah. Lost.
Yes.
A drunken slumber meets you pretty rapidly as you hit the bed after taking a solo drinking session after a very long day. And partway through the night, you are met with a vision, a memory, something that you had pushed out of your mind for a little while. You hadn't really thought about. Flashbacks to the Shadar Kai that you met and fell. Things that he said. The Liberator. You weren't the only to escape the void. And as he whispers that word void with that smile on his face, mouth dripping with blood, you are taken back to vision through your eyes of running and running. And as your feet are pounding the ground, you hear your own self panting as you run through the black towards this tiny rip ahead of you. And for the longest time, it just doesn't feel like you're getting any closer, but you keep running because you need to. That opportunity is there and you cannot let it go. You have to get through. And you run and you run, taking deeper and sharper breaths as you dive through this slit, glowing gold edges, as you dive through it, and blinding light hits you. as you look around, and there are trees, green, luscious, behind you. And as you stand up and look out ahead, off of a cliff, the ocean rolls in. The smells hit you. Everything, it's like sensory overload all over again. And as these memories and scents and sights and colors all jam into your brain at once, you jerk awake. You were alone in your room, empty bottle in your hand, still slumped against the floor.
Do I recall
one boot still on?
One boot still on. My armor still on?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Do I recall anything else about that other Shadar-kai? Aside from the name, the Liberator.
So going through that memory, kind of replaying it again.
Trying to hold on to that dream.
What specifically are you looking to try and find out?
To see what that name means to me, Liberator. If there's any meaning to the name. Or any feeling connected to the name. Do I feel feared?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it because it perplexes you, and it almost like plagues your head and your subconscious, like what that could mean, but it doesn't bring any recollection to you.
I'm probably extremely frustrated that I can't remember, and I just fling the bottle at the wall and it just smashes. Yeah.
So you kind of half sleepily, half drunkenly just as it against the wall.
Yeah.
Glass shatters across the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. And do I recall that as a memory?
Recall what?
That dream sequence.
Yeah, these are memories that you've repressed.
Okay. Okay. Has it been 4 hours? Because I only need to rest, meditate for 4 hours. So
for you, I would say, yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm probably gonna get up and chew on this a bit, and I'll probably take a walk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Do you armor up and everything before you leave?
No.
Okay. Do you put your other boot on?
I do put the other boot on. Yeah.
Okay.
I put the other boot on and my scarf, my crimson scarf.
Shirtless, crimson scarf.
Yeah.
2 boots. Got it.
2 boots. Yeah.
No heed to Kaya's advice about armor.
I'm in Gretchen's and I'm in town. This is our home turf.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to do on your walk, or are you just kind of walking and processing?
I'm walking and processing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. With that, the rest of you come to wake up, long rested.
I wanted to try and use my my bard thing, my Tales from Beyond.
Okay.
So because I had like a convo, I think I went ahead and rolled my bardic inspiration die,
Okay.
And I rolled. So if I can target a creature, and then they can choose another creature within 5 feet of them, and they get temporary hit points. So I think waking up with the girls, I would have like told them about, like, not that I wouldn't have said it because of Adeline, like that I spoke with Evelyn physically the previous night.
Yep.
But I would have told stories about her and how she used to, like, an old lady that used to own this place that I heard about from a patron or something. And I'm gonna roll my die to give them temporary hit points as I tell them these stories that Evelyn told me. And the temporary hit points stay until our next long rest or short rest. My short rest or long rest.
Cool. So yeah, so what you do find out through the tales is that the bagpipes that are kind of shadow boxed on the wall above the mantle downstairs actually belonged to Evelyn's late husband, who was a dwarven man, and he said that he would only want the place to be sold to another dwarf. And so the reason that Evelyn stays is to make sure that it stays within a dwarven line.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah. So like telling them these stories, you guys get 10 temporary hit points. I rolled max.
That's so many.
Look at that.
So as the girls get ready, when I tell these stories, you're probably like, how does she know this? I just heard it from a person.
Awesome.
Very nice person. And I just look at my sister. And she knows. I'm so excited to have used it.
Yay! Subclass things.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, so you guys are level 4?
Oh!
Yay!
What would you guys like to do with your morning? I know you're going to be adding things in as we go.
I'll add that.
I will say that as you guys wake up, there is a strong, beautiful smell of frying meats from downstairs. The salted, cured bacon that's sizzling, that's what hits you first as the other smells slowly creep in.
I'm gonna look over to Roz and say to him in Infernal, so do you want to go downstairs and grab some breakfast? I know that Gretchen said she was gonna make something really nice for us tomorrow, this morning. And I'm really hungry. I smell some good food cooking downstairs.
I am looking forward to that, actually. Your dialect's getting rather well, Kaya.
Well, I've been practicing a lot. You've been teaching me for a couple of years now, and I've been practicing, and I think I'm getting to where I can handle myself on the street, talking to, anybody else. Infernal, I guess anybody else that speaks it.
Yes. Well, the reading for Draconic is easier for me than actually speaking the Draconic, but to each their own. I actually want to be like a fly on the wall the moment you have your first infernal conversation and I'm not there.
Yeah. I'll probably embarrass myself and say something wrong, but yeah. Speaking of reading Draconic, that big tome, that book that Commander Rask had yesterday, I got close enough. It looked like there were Draconic lettering and symbology or symbols that looked like draconic, but not like the draconic that I've seen written. And so I don't know, maybe this is like an older version of draconic, or if this is, or maybe just something else that uses draconic lettering. I don't know, but it was slightly different, but there was a lot of similarity, and some of it was the same. And, you know, I don't know if that means anything, but, you know, it seems like he's obsessed with dragons, and it seems, you know, the ancient dragon that we were inside of, and, you know, that whole thing, it seems like he's got something. Well, obviously he's devious, but there's something going on there, and it's really gotten me worried. I don't know. And I guess we should probably tell, you know, Lily and Rose, and find out what they think about it.
Yes, it might all be connected in a way, or it might not, but
It seems coincidental. Sure. You know, something else I was thinking of, I'm sure probably Lost is already got this on his mind, but I suppose we should, you know, go back and tell your friend at the, you know, at the Crimson Syndicate.
Oh, yes.
About what we found out of what's going on with the Jade Guard. But I'm sure Lost has probably already been thinking that anyway. But right now, I'm starving, and this smells good.
Well, let's go eat. Start the day fresh. Hopefully it's not as long as yesterday, but we'll only tell.
Yeah, yesterday started off bad and got worse. Lily nearly took me out, and then it just went downhill from there. Literally down a hill and into a cave.
Who would think merely days ago we were in a sewer, and that's at a higher point than where we were yesterday, but I digress.
Right.
We should get something in your stomach and check to see if everyone else is awake.
Absolutely. Right.
Okay.
Head downstairs.
Are you guys going downstairs, or are you going to the other rooms?
I think we normally like get ready and come down at our own leisure pacing from what I...
Sure. All right. So you guys head downstairs. Ladies, are you doing the same?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head out shortly after. You kind of leave your rooms pretty much at the same time that the two boys are heading down the stairs. So you hear their footsteps going down as they're chit-chatting.
Do we hear them talking?
I mean, yeah, they're just saying things like they were before.
Would you still be speaking in Infernal in the hallway?
I think after we got into the hallway, we probably went back to common. Or at least I did.
Walking down the stairs like,
Peace now,
Lost is already down at the bar. He's shirtless, and he's already have the plate in front of him is already cleaned off, and he's two drinks in already. He's a little bit more moodier this morning.
2 boots.
Good morning, ladies.
2 boots and a scarf.
And pants, I will say.
I will say pants.
Please.
Lost, did you get... How are you not dressed?
I took a walk in the early before dawn.
Oh, okay. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. You want to eat, or did you already eat?
He looks down at the plate that's it's already cleaned off. He says, you all sleep too much. And then he gets up and walks back to his room. I'm gonna go put my armor back on.
Okay.
Roz, did he seem like more moodier than usual?
Didn't notice. Breakfast, ladies.
Sounds good.
Yes, please. And tea if they have it.
And you can hear the cooking in the background, and Gretchen kind of pushes the small like kitchenette saloon style doors, pushes one open with her back, and looks over. Oh, good morning. It's almost done, so you right on time. Can I get you anything to drink? Do I need to put tea on?
Yes, please.
The same tea as before?
If you have any, yes.
I've got some. Yeah, I can spare some.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be right out.
Let me know when it's ready. I'll come help you carry it, because there's 5 of us and you don't need to carry all of that.
Okay, thank you.
Did
You hear some more
everyone
clattering and things in the back?
Did everyone sleep all right?
I did, but I woke up thinking about some things. So, you know that big giant tome that Rask was carrying?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't get a good look at what it said when I was trying to get a look at it, and it's written in some, like, it uses a lot of similarity to Draconic lettering.
Draconic. I was trying to figure out what it was. I didn't understand.
Yeah, but it's not exactly Draconic. It's like, it looks Draconic, but it doesn't make like complete sense. I couldn't read it. I mean, it could be that I just wasn't close enough, but it also had like some different symbols that I didn't recognize, but it was very Draconic in style, and some of it was definitely lettering and symbols that I recognize as part of the Draconic language.
Kaya, do you know Draconic?
Yes, I mean,
Could you teach me?
sure. I mean, I can certainly help. I've been teaching, Raz a lot.
Truly? I
Yeah.
would love to learn.
Yeah, I can start helping you learn it. So this is, everybody's name is just their name. But you can hear, and I'll teach you how to say, hi, my name is Adeline Beaumont.
Oh, yes. See, I'm very appreciative. I'm interested in being able to read it in ancient text more so than, conversing in it. But I'm happy to start anywhere.
Okay, then I'll write down, hi, my name is Adeline Beaumont in Draconic.
All right.
But that'll get you started, and I'll maybe help you understand the lettering in the alphabet.
I would really appreciate that, Kaya. Thank you.
And when I get a chance, I'll write that all out for you.
Thank you. Yes, I find it very interesting that so many of the higher ups here seem to have such a tie-in to dragons. Even so with the dragon shard.
Yeah, I think that, I don't use magic, and that whole Tasha's hideous laughter thing yesterday, I don't know where that came from, but I guess I do know where it came from because you did it too, but I don't understand magic very well, at least that's not part of me already, but it seems like the tie-in is going back to the origins of magic, almost the way it all came from the dragons to begin with. I at least that's what I'm getting. Actually, would I know that?
Would you know
that the origins of magic came from dragons? Would I at least know that?
Make an Arcana check. Adeline, make a history check.
I asked it another. I think
Mhm.
I thought we all learned that.
Yeah,
but-
we learned that.
No, we did, but I couldn't remember if that was me
If not, though,
being,
I
being
got
there. But I got a 16.
22.
Okay. 16. Yeah, you would know that that's like where the humans and some other races after that started to bend and adopt magic based on dragons and old draconic, which then was kind of bastardized into arcane runes as you know it. And 22, Adeline, that definitely rings true with you, and you go, oh, as you see the style of writing in draconic in front of you that Kaya starts to write out for my name is Adeline Beaumont. You start putting two and two together and you're like, oh, these are fairly similar to old draconic arcane runes
Okay.
that you are very familiar with. And then that you link to the books that you saw at Grigor's and the tome of Rask's.
I'm curious. What kind of magic they're either hoping to discover or perform? Something old. For certain.
So I'm really worried about this for a couple of reasons. We saw someone when we arrived on this continent a few weeks ago from where we came from. We saw a man murdered by someone, a human who was turning into or developing dragon features.
Really?
And I don't know if that's related, but I do know that that man was from, based on what we learned after that,
Where is he from?
the Institute.
Do you know his name?
Did we get his name?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Man from the Institute. Turning into a dragon.
He was getting dragon features, including wings. They weren't like dragon-born features. These were dragon features.
Fascinating. Perhaps that's the power they're trying to unlock.
Yeah, that's.
I hadn't heard of. I mean, would I have heard of that incident at all?
Probably not. That happened over on the other side and was kind of localized.
It's so strange. I wonder who he was. I wonder who's missing now. Well, when we're there,
The person who was murdered wasn't at the Institute still.
No.
He left the Institute a long time ago.
Who was that?
His I'll have to look at my notes. Gerard.
Oh. Gerard's dead.
Yes.
You know him.
I do. Yes. Since I was a child, he's a close family friend. I didn't know of his passing, though. No one does.
Well, he'd been hiding from whoever this was for a long time.
We have to go back there. We have to go to the Institute and get to the bottom of this. Find out who that was and what they're using to convert themselves into whatever monstrosity that they've turned into. I have to let my father know. He'll be devastated.
I think Kaya's gonna do like an insight check on her to see if he can tell if she's like really trustworthy before he gives her any more information.
Okay, make an insight check.
And then Lost will come down the stairs. Dressed.
7.
7.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
I mean, she seems pretty concerned about the same issues that you are.
Yeah, he's not gonna tell her anything else about Gerard's daughter or anything. Or I'm not. I don't know why I'm talking to myself.
What business is it that must still be buttoned up here before we can go?
That was our whole purpose. We told you about going to the upper echelon. We do need to report back to the person who wanted us to go there in the first place.
Right. So that's the plan for today.
Yeah.
You know what else I want to do today? I don't think maybe for lunch, but because I'm going to be really full still from this breakfast. Maybe for dinner, or at least a really late lunch, I want to go to Eric's.
Kaya, do you think that that is a good idea?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I can show him my papers now, and he won't kick us out.
I think he has the right to refuse service to anybody.
That's the best food I've ever had in my life.
Well, I do have a concern that our papers are directly tied to Rask.
Well, I don't think it really...
Therefore, they are magical in some sense. And I wonder if he would be notified when we use them.
I mean, I don't really care if he is. We're just going up, and if he asks, why were you up, blah, 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 blah. And I'll just say, there's this restaurant. I don't know if you ever had it, but they make the best food. And you know what? If he asks me that, that's what I'll say. It's the truth.
Kind of made my stomach upset.
Why is your stomach upset?
The food there.
I
It
ate
didn't
the
settle.
food and then I was sick.
That why you left the table?
Yeah.
We shouldn't go there.
Good point.
I really want to.
Pretty sure he was trying to poison us.
No,
He could.
I'm not saying he couldn't. He could, but I don't think that's what.
Now.
I felt like it.
Well, first things first.
Yes.
Let's head to the other bar. We've got business to deal with.
Oh, welcome back. You got your armor on now.
Yes, I do. Hey, Kaya, does my bare chest offend you in some way?
Not at all.
Much
You know,
better.
you're not very protected when you're not wearing your armor. And if you're wanting to fulfill your, I don't know, is it an oath or your debt to Rose and Lily, you need to stay alive.
3 now.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
3 now.
Yep. You have to stay alive. I mean, you don't owe me anything, but
Lost just looks confused when they upped the Big depth. it just it just looks confused, and he said, and I turn back to Kai and says, when we were in the shade run, and he'll tug at his crimson scarf. Nobody messes with me.
And at that moment, you hear from the back, Kaya, love, I could do with a hand.
All right, I'm coming. And I'll get up and go help her.
Yep. So she gives you several plates to carry, starts balancing them on your forearms across, and she grabs a couple and one platter that has the pot and 3 cups on it, 4 cups, sorry, and helps you carry it out and puts it down on the table, puts the pot of tea out, starts pouring it in for everyone. And says, right, I've got a bit to clean up, so if you don't need anything else, I'll make myself busy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gretchen. This is amazing. It smells amazing. I can't wait to taste it.
You're all welcome here anytime. She waves and heads to the back. You hear a clang. Bang, ding, bang, ding, 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 ding. Now shit the bed.
You're quite right. This place is lovely. She's quite the cook.
We did say.
We did. I like this much better than the cave. I do have to say, though.
I think it's fair to say that you might not like the next place that we're going, but yeah, just kind of, hang to the middle of all of us and you'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
I think if you hang out with us long enough, I was going to say something that might have been offensive to Rose and Ellie. Like, I was going to say that you're going to not continue being this wilting flower, but that's not, well, I don't know. I think you're going to come out of your shell and not be so worried about delicacies.
It's all right, Kaya. I reminded her yesterday of how strong a flower can actually be.
Yeah, that lily I hit was super strong.
And with Kaya imparting another pearl of wisdom on the strength of wilting flowers, you guys tuck into your breakfast of champions, feeling strong and refreshed. Some of us a little haunted in some literal ways as well.
I was wondering which way you were going with that.
As you deliberate your next move within the Shade Run and what comes next after Elderwich, that's where we're going to call it for tonight. I'm going to say a big thank you to the DAT Network.
Network.
Thank you, guys. We are a brand new channel. If you liked what you saw within the last 3 minutes, please follow along. That was a pretty cool little RP session after fighting and things.
Yeah.
Some tense moments at the beginning, but yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys, everyone that stuck along for the story. We are going to be here again on Monday for Legends of Shargal, DM'd by our one and only Diane, who plays Lily. And we are getting into some deep shit over there. And we will be back here on Friday. So, like I said, guys, if you like what you're seeing, please do follow the channel. Just click that little heart, and you can keep up to date with us. Jump into the Discord that we have. You can chat along with all of us. We try and stay pretty active in there. And yeah, if you're able to, all subscriptions are super duper appreciated. We've already got some more exciting things in the pipeline that we were talking about just now. So any way that you can support is truly appreciated. And even if you can't, totally fine. Just being here and enjoying the stories and things, and the screw ups with technology and all of the above. It's all really appreciated. Thank you so much, guys. Are we gonna hit a raid?
Happy birthday to Losteroth before we go.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to our Shadar Kai.
I'll
Thank
accept it.
you.
I accept it much more because on stream I'm an elf, so this extra year doesn't do anything at all.
We're gonna
I don't
raid
age here.
casters and castles.
Thank you for spending your birthday with us tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna raid casters and castles. So throw up some emotes in the chat. Let them know that we're coming.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We love you all, and we will see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.